Okay, let's consider that you've been making regular monthly payments of $322.10 on a 6-year loan of $20,000 that has an APR of 5%. We're asked to find the remaining balance on the $20,000 loan if we've been paying $322.10 per month for 2 years. So let's think about this problem. It's telling us what the monthly payment is already, $322 on a 6-year loan, and it tells us what the loan amount is. Now typically we've either been given the loan amount and asked to find out how much the payment is, or we've been given the payment and say how much of a loan can we afford with that payment. This one gives us all of that. All of the facts are there. So this is, we've been paying, it looks like, in this case it says, find the remaining balance on the $20,000 loan, so we know the initial balance, if you've been paying $322 per month for 2 years. So now we're looking at part way through this loan, and keep in mind that a loan balance decreases every time you make a payment that covers the interest. You pay for the interest, and then some of that money, the remaining money, goes towards buying down that loan balance. So you owe less and less every month. Okay, so this is a fairly tricky problem, and the point of this is the $20,000 is basically history. As soon as you make the first payment, the balance of the loan, what you owe, is no longer $20,000. You've made a big enough payment that will pay off the interest, and then some of that payment will then go to the balance of the loan. That means you'll subtract it from the $20,000. And then, of course, the next month, the same thing will happen. You'll give a payment, and some of that payment will go towards interest, and then whatever remains will be subtracted from that previous balance. So the balance of the loan goes down month after month after month. So this is asking us to find the remaining balance on the $20,000 loan. So the loan amount is no longer $20,000. The loan amount is unknown. So we'd say that is the present value. The present value is unknown. That's what we're looking for in this problem. And we do know the payment. And now what's interesting is if you've been paying for 2 years on a 6-year loan, what your remaining balance will depend on how much time you have remaining. Your remaining balance depends on the time or the remaining time. So it's a little tricky here. If you've been paying for 2 years on a 6-year loan, you have 6 minus 2, you still have 4 years remaining. Okay? You still owe money, you'll still be paying for 4 more years. So as we go to the TVM solver, keep in mind we've got we know it's a 5% loan. There are still monthly payments, and it's $322.10, and we owe for 4 years. So let's go ahead and get that TVM solver up. And this is the key. You owe only 4 more years, so that's 4 times 12, or 48. You have 48 months left to pay. The interest rate was 5%. The present value we do not know. That's the new loan amount. Okay? The payment was $322.10, right? The future value we want to be 0. At the end of 48 months, whatever we owe, we want it to be down to 0, so that's still 0. And this is 12 and 12 because these are monthly. So let's solve for the present value. That's the current time, right? We paid 12 payments, so we only have 48 left. So that means the debt on that, actually, I should have written the minus in here, right, for 322. And then we do this, we get a positive. But we still owe $13,986.53. So $13,986.53. So let's go ahead and jot that down. $13,986.53 is our answer there. $13,986.53. That's what we still owe on the loan. Okay, so now to calculate these are very interesting and important values, really. It says, how much of the loan have you paid off? Well, remember, the original loan, the original balance was $20,000. We now owe $13,986.53. So what's the difference between those two? Well, you have to subtract that. So let's take that 20,000. I'll go ahead and do this on the calculator. 20,000 minus the $13,986.53. 13,986.53. We'll check that, make sure it's right. Yep. And so that will be equal to $6,013.47. $60,13.47 is how much we have paid off. Right? So, double check that. Right, $6,013.47. Now it asks, in those first 2 years, what is the sum of all those monthly payments? So this is what's kind of, I want you to think about. We want to consider whenever we're making payments that some of the money goes towards interest. And now we're going to calculate how much all those payments were. Well, we've been making those monthly payments are $322.10 per month, and we paid that for 2 years, which was for 2 years is 24 months, right? So our months will reduce, and we'll get 322.10 times 24. I won't go and do the calculation on a separate calculator. That is $7,730.40. So if you take a look at that, and this is very typical on a large loan, and in larger loans it's even more pronounced than this, but notice that you've only paid over, your loan is only dropped by a little over $6,000 is how much you paid off, from 20 down to 13,986, but you've made payments of $7,730.40. So it's quite a bit of money. You gave all this money to the loan company, and this is how much got applied to your loan. So there's a pretty good amount of the money is going towards interest, because you didn't buy, the loan amount didn't go down by this much, even though you gave them that much. They took out every month for interest. And so it asks finally, how much of all the first 2 years of payments would have gone to interest? So your total payments there were $7,730.40, and some of that money, the difference between these two amounts, that is what went to interest. So this is your total. This is what went to what's called principal. That's what your loan went down by, how much went to principal. So we take that $77.30 and 40 cents, and we subtract the $60.13.47, and that gives us $1,716.93. That's not too bad in a car loan. Loans that have a shorter, a 6-year loan, doesn't end up costing you quite as much in interest as like a car loan that's 30 years or something, or a house loan that's 30 years. So I hope you found this helpful. It's a complicated topic. You may need to watch this video multiple times.